What's going on with the voice?
I was screaming a lot Saturday night.
I was going to say.
I was screaming a lot. I was screaming when, we went for it on 4th and 1 early in the game and we didn't connect it. I was screaming when, Terry McLaurin races to the house, when we couldn't tackle Jahmyr Gibbs. I was a lot of screaming.
The Cardiac Commanders.
The Cardiac
I got to say,
Commanders.
For a magical season, they play so many high leverage downs. It's unbelievable.
On 3rd down, 4th down, it's like crazy. I'm just like, oh God.
They're like magnetically drawn to being in 4th and 2.
Right.
Just constantly. It's like the 3rd down play never works, but then the 4th down play
works
like 89% of the
It's
time.
unbelievable.
And the coach believes in it,
Yeah,
which is
they
all that
believe.
matters.
They all believe.
How about Dan Quinn kind of getting Dan Campbell at his own game a little bit?
I love it.
A little bit. But I mean, that's how they played almost all the entire year. Is just going for 4th down. But yes, there's no question Dan Campbell and Dan Quinn kind of cut from the same cloth, if you will. Kind of, old school football guys, but we're gonna
Big hat guys.
Yeah, exactly. Hat on a hat. We're gonna smash them in the mouth. We're gonna go for it. Screw that. We're not kicking.
Best Commanders win since '91.
Yeah, I mean, hard to top it, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Detroit's a great team. Detroit's a great team.
Yeah.
They're a well-coached, great team. Well, they're still a team. They're still a team, Jay. They're still a team. But to go into Ford Field, which is an incredibly hard place to win. Detroit showed up and it was loud there, and so to go into Detroit to play against the number 1 seed as 8.5-point underdogs. It closed at 8.5, and to win by 2 touchdowns, which by the way should have been even more. It should have been over 3 touchdowns. Because Zane Gonzalez missed a field goal at the end, would have made it 17. And the honest part is that brutal, absolutely brutal non-face mask face mask call, which extended their drive, and they ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive. They should have been 4th and 10. They should have been punting.
Yeah,
that's where that was an awful call, and I don't understand how replay assist can't just call down and say you guys got it wrong. And it's super weird how replay assist sometimes they call down immediately and sometimes they don't. But whatever. I don't want to just get distracted from the fact that my Commanders are 1 game away from the Super Bowl, baby. The green shirt might be going to New Orleans.
Oh. My goodness. Obviously, if they make it to the Super Bowl,
shut down
you probably have to wear a green shirt on all 5 days of our show.
I might have to. Because this is an NBC Sports green T-shirt. I may have to call my friends. I may have to call Peacocky himself and say,
Mr. Peacocky.
Mr. Peacocky, I need 4 more. I need 4 more of these bad boys.
It is pretty remarkable that Detroit punted on their first drive. They never punted again. They just seemed to roll whenever they wanted, but the Commanders still won by 14 points, and to your point, could have easily won by more. But despite the fact that they never stopped Detroit outside of the turnovers, which are obviously key.
That was the difference.
That's the difference in the game. I will never understand what Ben Johnson was thinking of, putting the ball in Jameson Williams' hands with the season on the line. My thing with that is that play, and in that position, the player always wants to throw it.
They always will.
And they always will. They never eat it. They almost never eat it unless they're accustomed to being in that position. And so Jameson, he's always going to let it fly. And Ben Johnson had to know that. And it's just bizarre. Because it was still a game then. They were down 10, driving with 8.5 minutes left.
I was super nervous. I was super nervous at all those, at almost any point. We're in a group chat. And Jay's like, you guys got this. It's minus 175 that you guys are winning the live line. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm still, because I'm just.
Minus 175 is not a lot.
You have to understand that, I have over 4 decades of rooting for this team, and I've seen way too many. And listen, faith in 5 and all that, but I don't know. They were just gashing us, and I didn't understand why they didn't just say we're going to keep giving it to Jahmyr Gibbs until they stop it. Yeah. And they didn't. Jahmyr Gibbs ended up, I think, with 24, 26 touches, 24, 25 touches. It should have been 35.
Yeah.
I don't get that. And to the point about Jameson Williams, it's interesting. So I was just in Philadelphia yesterday with the Football Night in America crew, and we were obviously talking about the Commanders game. And I was talking about with Chris Sims and Jason Garrett and Deb McCourty, and we were talking about that. And the specific point about that was, I said, it's interesting because think about that 4th and 1 early in the game where the Commanders went for it and didn't get it. Mariota comes in. It looks like it's going to be a trick play. It looks like Mariota's going to fake doing a brotherly shove and then turn around, pitch it back to Jaden Daniels, who was going to race to whichever side was open, right? And Brian Robinson comes in, and it looks like Brian Robinson didn't get the memo, and he's just trying to push Mariota forward, and then they sort of get locked up, and the play fails. But what Mariota didn't do was try to play hero ball. Yeah. He didn't try to like reach around Brian Robinson and flip it out or something like that, and it could get caught on Robinson's hip, and then it's fumbled, they pick it up, and they get 6 in disaster, right? He's just, all right, I'm just going to eat it. The play's not there, I'm just going to eat it. Cut to then Jameson Williams, same thing. It's another trick play. It's not there for you, and instead of throwing it out of bounds or just keep running for like 5 yards, he throws it and throws a pick. And it's interesting, we were talking about it, and Devin was just saying, like, what they should have done, or I hope that they did do, was in practice, you run it. You run that play all the time, and you tell the defense it's coming. So that Jameson says, like, okay, if the defense, and you tell the kid, throw it away. If they snuff it out, or just run. Yeah. Just don't. But yes, in the game, you're right. They're always, like, the adrenaline's there. I want to play hero ball. I want to make this amazing play that's going to be, This
is my one shot at throwing.
2019 Aaron Rodgers would have struggled to make that throw in this very tight coverage. It's unbelievable that is how the 15-2 Detroit Lions, their season goes down with Jameson Williams rolling out to the right trying to needle in a pass. But Commanders move on and they'll have a chance. They're 5.5 point dogs against Philadelphia.
Oh, it's already 5.5. It opened at 4.5 yesterday.
It's bouncing around between 5 and 5.5. But, there's going to be like a 1 in 3 chance.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.